Okay, for this video, we are going to go over Tactical Arbitrage. Now, this is the tool that we use for our business. If you use any tool, this is going to be the one that you use most often. So right here, we have our dashboard. This is where you can navigate to any part in the tool. So the first thing we're going to go over is the product search section. Now we'll have a step-by-step checklist with this video on how to do this in order with how you go. But for now, I'm just going to walk you through it, and then you can watch this again, or if it's easier for you, you can go and scroll through the checklist on what to do. So let's just say we checked our email and there was a deal on belk.com. So let's go over to belk.com. And right now they have a red, white, and blue bash. And what you will want to do, let me see exactly what I want to search. So of course we're going to be looking for beauty deals. So you'll want to look for those all over the place, high and low. So where you will go, every site will pretty much have categories that you can scroll through in order to find beauty. And the first place I typically go is the beauty sale section. So they have 447 items in this beauty sale. That's a pretty good amount of items. So the next thing you'll want to do is copy this URL up here. So you can just click on it once. It should copy the whole thing. Then you can either press Control-C at the same time or right-click and copy. So after you've done that, you want to go over here to Categories, right-click, and paste it in. Then the next thing I do is scroll down to name the search. So I typically pick the date, the site, and the name of the person. So if there's several VAs in here, you'll know which searches are yours. If you don't care to, if you make a lot of searches and you know that you can't go through all of the results, I recommend just leaving that part blank so that everybody can go through those results. Okay, down here we have our filters. We will go through them, but typically you'll just leave them as they are, as we have them set. Now, if there is a discount on the vendor website, the supplier website, let's say you had to enter a promo code in order to get this price. And let's say that promo code gave you 20% off, then you would enter that price right here. That way, Tactical Arbitrage can go ahead and account for that discount, and they can tell us if we're profitable after the discount is already initiated. That's pretty much the only thing you'll change here, though. We do consider cashback sites, and we'll talk about that in a different video, but we won't consider our sales tax here. So we'll just move on. So right here, we're going to remove anything over the rank of 150,000, like we talked about in the previous criteria video. And typically, I like to do the average of 90 days. And then I like to remove out-of-stock products. This will remove items that are out of stock on the supplier website. That way you're not going through a lot of items that you can't purchase. Sometimes you can leave this toggled, and once the result comes back, you can save it for later, and then it might come back in stock, and if it's a really good product, we'll still buy it. Now we don't care to remove anything else except for this one. Now we don't want to buy anything that's Amazon is a seller and is in stock currently. So we don't want to buy anything like that. So I like to leave my filters kind of loose, so I won't add anything else there. I won't add anything under source titles or cost or fees. This way we get a lot of results back, and then we can filter through those results on our own, just because Tactical Arbitrage isn't always perfect on their results. Now the profit, we want at least $4, and for here I put 25%, even though it's 30 or 40%, just because sometimes I don't always trust the tool to consider the coupons and different things that we put in these source price adjustments. Now these three I have adjusted over time as I've learned the tool, and I've added these in. So it's also going to show items that are currently out of stock on Amazon. Now that's perfect. The reason why is because there's no other sellers to compete with, and a lot of sellers won't click this, toggle this right here, because they don't know about it, and this is an advantage for us. So I also have it do another key thing. I have it reverse search each UPC on the site and title so that any result we get from belk.com, it will also search that result on the other websites on Tactical Arbitrage to see if there's any matches that are profitable from other sites, either at a lower price, or they might be in stock and Belk's out of stock, or anything like that. They might even have a higher cash back rating. So we just like to have those results too, because it just increases our chances of finding a good product. So that is how you will set up your product search if you're just doing a basic product search. Now there is an easier, but I haven't found this to be as effective way to find products whenever you're in the product search. What you can do is you can look over here at the bulk categories. In my opinion, this doesn't update nearly enough on their site. They just have way too many sites to keep it updated. So I don't use this very often, but it is an easy way to quickly look up some products. So a lot of times what I'll do is you can do up to 500 of these right here. So you see this is 16 and this is beauty. I don't care to do their whole site by selecting this right here. Because our main category is going to be beauty, I only want to select the beauty on their site. So I wanted to make sure there was no clearance beauty category, and I don't see one. So we're just going to do that one. And then we're going to add it to bulk. So now what's cool about this, even though there's only 16, to make our search bigger, we can actually add more sites now that we've added it to bulk. So let's say we also wanted to add a different website, their beauty products. They do have beauty products on JCPenney's, but like I said, the bulk search to me isn't updated nearly enough. So as you can see, this one's not updated. It might be under women's on this site. No. Okay, so we'll move on to another one. Let's say this one. Then we can add all of these, add to bulk, go to another site, continue to add. That's the gist of that. Until you reach 500, then you can't do any more. It'll gray it out if it's more than 500 anyway, so it won't let you go over that mark. And then you can click search. So let's show one thing about the regular product search. Let's go back to Belk. So we put our URL back in here. Over here, they have an example of what your URL should look like. Now ours is a lot longer, so the main way you can see if it works is after you do your search right here, you're going to want to stick around to make sure it actually continues the search. The way you'll know is you'll start seeing this be 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 in products actually checked. So that's what you want to look out for. If it goes immediately to completed, that means that there was something wrong with the URL that you put in. So that's something that I learned after several years on this tool, and something that'll save you a lot of time if you just stick around and wait for it to search a couple products. So that's everything for the product search tool, and in the next video we'll go over the reverse search.